people. Welcome once again to Linda Lynn Presents Cook the U TV on this Tuesday night. Say what's up to Miss Christy. And we have a special guest in the house. Everyone, Lynn Garcia is here to join us. Everybody give it up.
Yay!
Clap it up.
Could be you TV, because it could be you.
It could be you. It could be you. So we're so happy. Oh my God, especially I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you. You've invited me so many times.
I know. And finally, my goodness.
Thank you.
Finally, before you totally left us for good, I had the chance to, to have you on. So we have a lot to talk about, a lot to chit chat about.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I hope everybody out there, all my peeps that are watching tonight, go on Facebook at Linda Lynn or Strong Island TV and share the video.
Strong Island.
Yeah, the more views we get, the more people share, the more views we get. Bobby, I don't know why I haven't seen the notification for.
I got it.
You got it? You see what I'm saying?
You got it.
I didn't get it. Okay. So
there you go.
there we go. We do that. But so besides me having a little bit of a cold and my fingernails, as you see, disgustingly black, grouting. I'm a no.
I was like, I saw you a couple days ago. They look good.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm a handy girl at home. You know what I'm saying?
I'm impressed.
I do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So it was time to get down nitty gritty and do some grouting and tiling. On a shower that we're doing. So my poor hubby is out of commission for a bit. He hurt himself. His back. One of those spasms.
Yeah,
really
we know.
bad.
It's just a trick. It's just a trick to get Linda Lynn to do all the work.
Probably. That's okay, honey. You don't have to do the trick.
That's what you have kids for. Come on.
I take care of you.
Put them to work.
But we hope he gets better.
Yes.
Kisses for you, baby. And so obviously we're gonna start off the show. Let's just get to it. What's up? What's going on with this world? What is the trending topic on this artist, hip hop artist who was tragically killed?
Extentacion.
Or I'm gonna be very honest. I don't really know in depth of this artist. All I do know is that I've heard a couple of songs on the radio, and I've actually said, "Oh my God, I like that vibe." So I was Shazamming, and I was like, "Ooh, who sings this?" Or in collaboration with somebody else. I just like that vibe in the song, and then it came up with the name Extentacion.
Extentacion.
Is how you say it in Spanish, like that?
Extentacion.
Really? Okay.
Triple X.
Right. So, and that's how. And then when I heard the news, I was like, wow, that was kind of quick because he's like an upcoming, So.
He's young too.
But
20 years old.
yeah, 20 years
young.
old. But you seem to have known a little bit more in depth of this.
Well, if you have a teenager at home, I was actually driving to the beach when the news broke on the radio, and the girls were gonna start crying. They really, connect. And so maybe I should have done it sooner, check out the stuff she listens to, but I started going on his page and following and just seeing the culture. And it's so different, and it's a little scary. But he was a young man who seemed to be turning his life around and getting positive, and he was going to do a charity event when he was killed.
Really?
Yes, he was on his way to do a charity event. He was stopped to purchase a motorcycle, and they went to rob him.
That was the story. I mean, but how? I don't know. Everybody is going to start turning around. Everybody has their story now of how it happened or why it happened, and how is it that he just goes in. It doesn't look like just what they say a robbery.
What the sources were, what's being speculated is that he was targeted. That
Right.
there was a group of people on social media that were wearing a mask and a picture and had guns that I guess that they were saying was the same as what the people that had killed him were wearing, and that they were commenting. It was just weird. They were talking about on the radio today how weird it was that people are commenting on the post like, yo, they're going to come get you. They're going to come get you. Like, people telling these people in the pictures that they were going to come and get you. And I think we have a really twisted sense of what social media can do to us as a public eye, because people these days they're not quick to help anymore. They're not quick to do something about the situation. They're too quick to pull their phone out and just record something or take a picture of something without thinking how it's going to affect everybody else, themselves, and like not even just being proactive and helping in the situation. I mean, there was something that I had read that somebody had posted. I don't know where the source came from, but that these people, you know, they're standing around videotaping somebody who was just murdered instead of maybe checking to see if there was something they could do or for a pulse or calling 911 right away. I mean, this isn't the first time I've heard of something like this happening.
I totally agree because I can understand, you know, sometimes when there's, let's say, a fight, you know, what people don't tend to, you know, jump in and help. They just grab their phones and, fight,
yeah,
you know,
fight,
and they'd rather take out the, but I can't fathom the idea of people actually seeing somebody get shot and just take the phone out. Like, I don't understand,
It's
you
because
know.
they've become desensitized because it's so rampant on social media. I mean, before you saw beheadings and these things that we were sheltered from before social media is now an everyday occurrence. And so these younger generation, they're desensitized. Nothing. It's nothing to click and see something gruesome and then keep it moving and go like Rihanna's new song, a new post, or it's just, it's
I feel like everything's just become very negative. What started out as a positive thing, connecting people and being able to share things with people and keep in contact with people that, you know, maybe you're close with but you don't get to see, turned into now it's like a network for bashing, for bullying, for having no, like, respect for anybody else and their privacy or their public life. Like, it's like ever since I feel like they started the comment section of like social
Yes.
media.
Yeah, we were just talking about this the
Yeah,
other day, right?
it's just been, and I really have been thinking a lot about it, and I'm like, ever since they added the comment feature, think about it, to Instagram, it used to just be like you could like a picture, and then it started the comments section, which hopefully now they're saying that they're finding a way to like block out negative comments or to, you know, posts or whatever, but first off, what's negative to one person might not be negative to another person, but we all can see a majority of what's being negative is nasty. I mean, you post a picture, I mean, some celebrities, I'm not a big Kardashian fan, I don't follow them, like, I don't watch their show, but it's sad that these people can't even post pictures of their children without other people literally tearing them apart. And they can say, oh, like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. But let's face it, like, when people are ripping you apart every single day on everything you do, if you're in the public eye especially, or if you put your stuff in public, you know, it's heartbreaking. It's
well,
hurtful.
it's the second you decide to share a post, you have to
Keep that in mind.
know that it's gonna come, negative or positive. I think there is a lot of negative, but there is a lot of positive because we all know sometimes it goes down in the DM.
Well, that's why there's a song.
There's love in the DM. There's connecting in the DM. And then there's people bashing you in the DM. You know, it's just, I think all these things existed prior to this. It's just that we're watching it in real time and we're seeing it. And
we
It's
just
more
had we
vocal.
just had this conversation on our last show where, you know, like how social media just started out as a social media platform to connect and people to network, and something more or less like Facebook, I guess, where you share pictures. Like, people share pictures because it's fun for them and they like other people to like their pictures and comment. Like, you know, nobody posts a picture to get negative feedback. I don't think I actually put up, I want to see the negative, you know, I never post something to get negative feedback or I want to see who's going to say, like, I post it because I like it and hopefully, you know, but
Yeah.
ultimately it's to each, you know, one's page. You post what you want, but you know that you're going to have those people, especially like we spoke about, people who are insecure, people who have low self-esteem that go and create these fake profiles and they have to speak behind them. A lot of them, you know, have the fake profiles, the fake pages, and this is the way they can
they're
express
usually the
themselves.
ones that say 0 posts and a picture of a cartoon character.
Apparently,
Or
right?
Chucky.
Yeah.
Or Jason.
We're like two friends.
course.
They're like,
Of course.
Yeah,
sketchy.
they're usually those. I block them right away as soon
Of
as I see
course.
them.
But you know what's so funny? If you see them, but usually it could be that one particular person keep doing it. No matter what, you can't stop them
Yeah,
creating.
from
So
creating,
what are you gonna? But, you know, you're gonna kill yourself blocking these people that are. You know what? I must be entertaining. You know, you must like what I do, or I must tick you off. I must be doing something so good that I'm ticking you off that you have to be creating these profiles and keep. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, just give in and say, you know what? please yourself, you know. But people do that, you know, and then. So getting back to why can't I pronounce his name? Extensión.
Tentación.
But now is that
Extensión.
how people actually pronounce it? Like I don't know how. And I never heard anybody say.
I didn't actually know, like you said. Like, I mean, to be honest, like I wasn't. I mean, I think he's probably more influential amongst like a younger generation, like more, you know,
Yes.
like teenagers.
I bet they know
and
more like
early
Triple
20s.
X.
Yeah, like I mean, being where we are. I mean, I know I like old rap. I like old school rap and hip hop, and I'm not really. I listen to some new stuff, but not really. Like a lot of the newer artists, I don't.
Well, thank God
know.
for Alexa, because I wouldn't have known half of the songs that you know.
You just
out there.
ask like, Alexa, what is this?
I know Alexa, and but you know now everybody goes back. Oh, you have to have listened to his previous songs. Listen how ironic. Look what he says on his music, and
In
listen
the video,
to
they
how,
have him. He has videos of himself even talking about
So
it.
self-fulfilled prophecy, they call
Yeah.
it, where he was saying, you know, when I die, what music to play. And
Do you think that, I mean, are people, and I don't know, I'm just asking because of what he's talking about in his music and what just happened. Is anybody speculating that he, like you know how they say Tupac tried to play his own, like play it out like he died and he's still alive somewhere?
Well, that's funny. A lot of fans right now are thinking that he's alive because of a video, but he's dead.
But like that he
I
maybe
mean-
set this up so that he can become.
But why at 20
I don't
years
know,
old? What do
I'm
you
just-
think? You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just
Like, if
saying,
you
like-
think like that,
Well, I mean, the one thing that's going on now, right after it happened, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he went on social media and he was saying, you know, sometimes he realizes that he's offending people and he doesn't mean it, and that if Extentacion was such a positive person and he must have 100 million who want to kill him, and that this is real. So it was a kind of a real wake-up call.
I'm glad
For
because I kinda
online
like Tekashi, believe it or
bullying.
not.
For online bullying, for people who think their opinions, that they could say what they want, come out of pocket, and that no one's gonna notice it because it's 1 in a million comments, but they're watching.
Yeah, of
Absolutely.
course.
You know, and it's
That's like they say, like, you know, haters are your biggest fans. Somebody doesn't like you, they're more inclined to watch you and look at what you do. I mean, we've all, big or small, it doesn't matter how big you are in social media or in the public eye.
course.
Like, everybody has somebody that doesn't like them, and social media just makes it easy for these people to keep track of what you're doing. So that's why, like, I'm always big on, like, don't say where you are, don't post where you live, like, don't, because listen, I'm a nobody. Like, I'm not like a big deal. It's not like people know who I am other than my friends and, you know, anybody who's a supporter of the show. But, you know, you have to be careful because you never know what kind of people are out there.
Isn't that sad? Like,
I
my
had-
God, you can't even
yeah.
have fun. You can't even entertain. You can't do what it's meant to be, to network and show up. And, you know, most of the people that I follow or that follow me, I try to keep it what I am doing. I'm in the entertainment business, you know, I'm in the music business, you know, I'm in that. So I try to keep my followers and I try to follow the people who more or less, and unless you're my personal friends, I'll follow, you know. So anybody else that's not within, you know, I mean, not that I don't like them, but it's hard to keep up with the people that are with you and support you when you're, you know. And it's sad that people have to go outside of that, like to fulfill, you know, whatever self-esteem they have to do the hating and to bring you down and to, you know, even if I follow somebody and they post something I don't like, I mean, I just scroll past it. Why even take the time to say something negative? It does. What is it? You know, unless you're directly offending me or you're particularly talking to me about me.
You're coming from the perspective. There's a generational gap. So we're what you call old school. So we had a sense of control. These kids are, you know, this culture of theirs is all social media. That's their life.
That's what they grew up knowing.
That's what they grew up knowing, you know. So the pressure to get likes, the pressure to say the slickest stuff on a comment, or
Yeah, because you know, if you say something negative, you know, you ever like see like somebody say something negative on like a
You see all the
celebrity's
replies,
post,
yeah.
and
They
they might
come-
not
they
even
come for
believe,
you, yeah,
They
they
may
come
not
for
even
you.
believe what they're saying, but maybe they're just saying it because they know that they're gonna create conversation that gives them attention.
yeah, because then everybody clicks and they want to go see. Well, let me see what you look like.
Yeah.
You talking all this smack.
and
you
then they'll have people
you better
that
be
side with them,
100.
and they'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, like I've got people that follow me that are, you know, on my side, and it's sad. It's really sad because I
This-
couldn't imagine
It's
being
so
a
funny
young
you say
kid.
that because it just happened with Nairobi, the one you just met, the one with the show before. I had just such a simple video. I was in Puerto Rico, like having, oh my God, look, I love my land, and look how beautiful these waters. And then somebody out of the blue had to make a comment about, good, maybe you can bring those people some light, right? So I'm like, what did, like, I was like, I'm sorry, I don't understand. What people and what light? Those people in Puerto Rico, maybe you should bring them the light that all they do is cry about to the government about how, and then he just one thing just went to another, right? I'm like, okay. I said, and then of course now I'm like, I never lash back. When I'm in Puerto Rico, I'm Puerto Rican, these are my people, and now you want to talk smack. So I said something, well, those people you're talking about, my people, you fucking idiot, this, that. And I just went, and then I said, you know what? I made my point. But then Nairobi, she went in and put her 2 cents in, and then she starts talking political. You know, and then he starts back with his political stuff, and they went, but it didn't end political. Now it ended up where words that you've never heard of in your life were exchanged, and your mother this, and your mother that, and fuck you this, and your hoe that, and yes, I'm a hoe with it. And I'm like, wait, how did this all come about? For me just posting a nice little video of me at the beach, and you know, but so I had to shut that down. I had to block the guy that I don't even know who he was.
Because there are people that are sitting at home, they're miserable, they're energy suckers, and they want to troll and they want to spark controversy.
Like troll.
Yeah, they want to troll.
With the vegan thing, I called someone a troll.
They want to troll.
Like,
but the saddest thing about all of this that what's happened, if you look at the comments, the lack of humanity. Because at the end of the day, he was a human being, and everyone's judging him on his past actions, which I know what's been said about him is horrible, and if he did these things, they're horrible. But he spoke towards the end of his life. He was speaking with much hope, a lot of change, and
is that the little video that's going viral now? Like he was in the car saying that I hope that the new generation.
Yes.
That's that selfie video.
Mm-hmm.
That he was
saying. And more. He was saying a lot of things, and he was trying to do charity events, and he lost his life in a horrible way. And imagine his mother, his family. So all these comments are like, he deserve it, good.
I know, I seen that.
6ix9ine is next, like, calling death on someone.
You know what? And it's so sad because just alone this past month and a half to 2 months, my God, how many deaths within the industry have we had? Deaths, the suicides, it's horrible that each day you wake up, you hear of something new or somebody new, like either they took their life or their life was taken,
Because the world is tough. It's tough. As you get older, it just gets harder.
I don't know.
Unless you really know how to keep a positive mindset and just try to focus on good and try to have positive energy, because we all go through our shit. We all have things that we deal with on a daily basis, and some worse than others. Some people don't have problems at all and think they have a problem. Like, I couldn't get my favorite fucking flavored coffee today because they were out of it at Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of shit, like, you look at when you have real problems and you're like, what are you complaining about? But then people might think that about you when you complain about your problems compared to this. So everybody's got their own problems.
But then when you really look at, compare your problems to the people who really got problems, then you take a step back and
I mean, look how lucky we were. We didn't grow up with this. We didn't have these images bombarding us, these negative images, this news on a 24-hour basis, and an overkill, consistent, we didn't have that. We were allowed to be children. We were allowed to go out and soak up the sun. Now all these kids are lacking vitamin D. They don't play games outside.
Like you literally force them, like, go out of the house,
go play.
But it's scary to put them out on the street too, if you think about it. I mean, I don't know, when I was younger, we used to run the neighborhood. We were on our bikes. We were always getting into something. Once the lights came on in the neighborhood, you knew to go home. But we were always outside playing. Very rarely were we indoors all day playing video games. And that's the problem. These kids have everything at their fingertips. Their phone is in their hand, or they have their video game console at home, and that's their perception of reality now. So they're not going out. They're not interacting with other kids. They're playing violent games at a young age.
But what's so funny? I know that some parents try, and kudos to those parents who try to take control and know and put like a big.
There has to be restrictions.
But at the same time, it's like it's society. It's like just the way that, so to now single them out and, well, you can't have a phone. I don't want you with a iPad, or I don't want you to game.
It should be limited.
And then they feel left out. Because I know several people who are trying. I understand their concept to try and raise them. Still stick them in the library, no phone, no, but then they start feeling disconnected with their peers because they're all doing the Snapchat of it, and they're like, oh, I
It's
don't have
really
a
hard
phone,
to find that balance right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You know.
Do we even have library? When was the last time you went to a
I have
library?
no
Remember when
idea.
you used to have to go through the
course.
cards? What do they
Where
call
you
that
go?
thing?
All you have to go now is in what?
Index
Safari.
cards.
Yeah, they'd be like, you gotta go to the library and get the encyclopedia and write
Go
a
and
report.
Google
I'm like,
it.
what?
Everything is Google. Google.
Everybody
is
had a
everything.
set Encyclopedia
Yeah.
Britannica, and your mother killed herself to pay for it,
Yeah.
And
I
now
know.
it's just at their fingertips. So a lot of things are positive, a lot of things are negative, but
Yeah.
I think it's they're great platforms to bring awareness to things, and it's the same
Everything's
thing
about positive.
with what you feed your body, you feed your mind. Some of those things you'll see it has an eye and says, this may be disturbing. I don't even click because I know I don't want to have that image replaying in my mind.
Right.
I know people are trying to get awareness for some things, but sometimes you're just we can't heal everything in the world, and it's unfortunate. You see so many disturbing things online, and obviously this world is huge. There's tons of areas of the world where we don't even know exist, where things are happening, and we don't see it, but we know, it's just that we see everything now. But things have been going on,
Yeah, all
forever.
these things were
Yeah.
happening. We just didn't have 24-hour
Well,
access to
us,
it.
all we spread is positivity.
Yeah, we try to
and
be.
We are positive people, and we want to bring joy to the
We
world.
are
And
the
that's why we
world.
have Lynx Garcia in
We
the
are
house
the
today.
children.
So we're going to start,
We
and
are
we're going
the
to talk
ones
about
on-
her. It's all about Lynx right now.
Okay, I was just trying to spread positive message to the world.
All right, so we're going to start off with letting everyone know Lynn Garcia is here in the house. We're going to start off with this picture to start off, and then you can go and elaborate on the situation here.
So the situation was about 17 years ago, right before I had the bypass surgery. I weighed a little over 600 pounds, and then I had the gastric bypass, and then I got pregnant soon after. Who knows? You lose weight, you get fertile.
I see. What?
So I kind of halted the process a little bit, and I struggle. It's been a lifelong journey, and a lot of women go through it. They're always worried about their weight every day. They're hard on themselves. They're harsh to each other, and I like to think that I'm trying to make a difference in this world by sharing my story, sharing my image. I have a lot of followers on Facebook. Curvy and Confident Fan, what's up, my people?
Woo!
And
Shout out.
Supersized Spanish Fly page. I got 500,000 on one, 150,000 on the other, and they're all women who write to me, who are going through similar struggles, and so I share in the hopes to help women heal.
What do you find that is the biggest issue that women have? That when they write to you or when they post, what do you think is
The biggest issue that women have is how they see themselves. So they create stories in their mind behind based off of what they see. So they look in the mirror and they see a wrinkle or they see a fold or, they gained a little weight and all of a sudden they base their value on that. You're worthy, you're queens, regardless of your size or how you look. It's what's in your mind, it's what's in your heart. And some people have to be reminded of that. They forget because they're too busy looking, again, social media, and you get bombarded with these images of people who look perfect or photoshopped, who seem flawless, and as you saw on the
called
screen,
filters.
they're called filters. And look, I'm not even
I use
gonna lie.
filters.
It was scary for me to post those bikini pictures. It was scary for me to go to the beach and take off that robe. But I had an overwhelming sense of, I love myself and this is my life. And I'm not gonna hide from nobody no more. And the cover up was just itching, and it's a beautiful cover up, but it was confining me. And I came to the beach to be free, to give my troubles to the water, to feel the sun on my face, and just give gratitude, thanks that I'm alive. And so I took that off, and I'm gonna tell you a funny story. What happened? This woman who was on the beach next to her, she had her little boy playing, and she kept on looking over. She kept on looking over. She's kind of a full-figured lady herself. So I left the girls and I walked up to the boardwalk, and she's coming with her child, and I guess her husband and his friend are waiting. So they were obviously texting each other, and she's like, "Oh, I try to call you, don't answer the phone." She's talking in Spanish, and she goes to him, "Look, that's her, that's her, the big lady I told you about." All right, she said the fat lady I told you about. And he's looking, he's like, where? So then he looks at me, and I'm looking at them both like, okay, what's gonna happen now? And he turned around, he goes, "Oh, but she's beautiful." And she said, like, keep walking. So she didn't get the reaction she wanted.
Right.
But I just looked at them and I was like, bless them, because I know she had a red cover up and she kept on pulling on it and fixing it. And I thought to myself, she's not happy with herself. So she had to point out the obvious in me. And she wanted to get someone to co-sign, to laugh with her, you know, to make fun. And
fuck that bitch. Sorry.
that broke my heart, because that's what women do to each other every day.
It's true.
It's what they do every day on social media. It's what they do to each other every day.
No, there's no any more of the support women. I mean, like we were talking about with the social media, like that's the first place that that women bash on women, especially when they hide behind other pages. They have to just say something to make themselves feel better.
I see a lot of men doing that, not as much in the man
I
sense,
think,
but it happens.
No, there's a lot of positivity. There's a lot of women who are out there empowering each other, helping each other.
We've been starting the movement.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And everyone, you with your little movement here, you may not think it's much, but it is. And somebody watching this means something to them, you know, somebody who doesn't have anything going on. And they can look up to you girls and say, "Wow, I could do that," or you know, she's got a point there.
But you know what's so funny? We encourage it. That is the main reason why we decided to do this. And I said, you know what? I want to create something. I want to create a platform, especially being a recording artist, as you would know, for a very long time. I've been in this biz. That it's kind of hard, especially for a woman to step into the music world and having to be taken serious and have people to listen to their music and try to step out there. So I know how much more raw talent is out there. And I said, you know what? As much as I'm trying to help myself, I would like to help somebody else. Maybe they get a better chance than I do, and I get to say, oh, they got discovered on my show. So this is why I created, because I want to help other up-and-coming artists, entrepreneurs, speakers, poets, anything that that fulfills you and you want to come and showcase it. That's what I'm here for, So we're all about supporting all the time.
Absolutely.
You're providing a platform, so.
Yeah, and
Another question. Who do you think, with the body positive movement, who do you think was like a big starter in that? Because
Me.
like
that's
besides
right.
you, I love besides you.
Nah. I'm here to talk, so I'm going to talk.
That's
okay?
right. You go, girl.
So way before all these women are being celebrated, way before there was something called plus size, way before any of this, there were a group of women, myself included. There were women who held social dances for Big Beautiful Women in Manhattan. That's how I came across the whole thing.
Maybe.
I was 19 years old, and I just lived on my block, and I was protecting my block. I went outside the block. People made fun of me. I ventured out to places. People would not dance. I'd go clubbing with my girls, and they'd be dancing, and I'd be sitting at the table holding everybody's bag because nobody would ask me to dance. So there was a woman named Nancy Goddess, and she had a party for Big Beautiful Women called Goddesses once a month. And it's there that I realized that there are more women like me, and they're getting dressed up and they're dancing, and midnight came, there was a little buffet hour, and there was a line of men waiting to ask them to dance. And it did something to me, because I had already had, even your family can be cruel to you, tell you that no one's gonna like you like that. You're never gonna find anyone, You gotta lose this weight. And I was so angry that I was spiteful, so I would eat more. And I would fill myself up more. But, so I know that you all are talking about Tess Holiday, Ashley Graham, and I salute them. They did their thing. But there were people before them who started. I took those first hits. I was on MySpace. I started posting pictures, and there were some other females that were, but cropping their face
Just
like
the
this,
face.
right on MySpace. And I'll never forget. I remember I shared a picture of me dancing, and a whole mess of, they've never seen nothing like that, but a whole mess of people started writing to me. Yeah, that's right. Live your life, because for some reason people thought back then. It's not like that anymore. It's changed a lot, but they thought back then, poor fat girl, go in the corner and cry and be sad. I could never be that. And so I shared, and I started that page with my friend Kari. He started it. He asked me to moderate, and it's 500,000 strong right now.
All right.
And it's
Make
it's
sure you tell them the page too, so if anybody's watching. they
it's
can
Curvy
follow.
and Confident Fan is one on Facebook, and the other one is Super Size Spanish Fly, because that's where I get to be me off the hook and discuss
Yeah,
other things.
but aside from this, also you also started way back when doing the whole hosting as well. So tell us a little about that, and who did you have your own?
I had my own radio show on Extravaganza Radio, Ladies Night, and I had my own TV show like you, because I wanted to bring awareness to underground artists, hip hop, rap artists, called Lynx's Lair on Public Access TV, and yeah, I did everything and anything that society said a woman my size couldn't. So that's why Linda was writing to me, what do you want me to tell them you are? Like, are you a plus? Like, what do you?
She's so many
She was
things.
like,
I don't
what
know
do
how
you do? She's like, you're a plus model, but you also, you rap, right? And you do spoken word and you model, right? And you're a social media influencer, and I was like, yeah. And she goes, so what do I tell them?
I know, like overall, like I want to introduce her. So we have, like, you're so many things. How do I put that into one word? So
A
a woman with many talents.
a talented,
That's right.
multifaceted woman.
Yes, I'll take that. I'm talented, but I was so angry at the way I was treated that anytime I went for something and they shut the door on me because of my size, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna do that too, and I'm gonna act, and I'm gonna sing. I can't even sing that well, but I sang anyway. I rap better than I sing. I rap better than I sing.
You sing
But,
really well. And Bobby, if you're listening, just before the end, before the show ends, she's gonna recite some spoken word for us. So make sure you have the mic prep. Okay, that's what I heard you, but, you do a lot, because then I heard you sing, and I seen you in music videos, and I seen you, so you've been doing your thing too, It's not just one thing that you advocate for one thing. You're basically a little bit like me, like to be just involved in anything, that you can be involved in, and
Spreading positive vibes.
yeah,
positivity.
always.
Well,
yeah.
when you feel something is inside of you, you can't contain it. You got to let it out. And creativity is a blessing. And so you have to share that and try and find out, am I good at that? Can I do that? There's nothing. You want the children always to think there's nothing you can't do. And it's true. There's nothing you can't do. I remember when I first started and I was going to the parties, I was the only big girl at the parties at the club. One time, this is my iced tea and cocoa story.
Okay.
One time, I had already seen them for Extravaganza Radio, and they invited us to the birthday party. So I get there and I tell the guy at the club, I'm like, yeah, I'm on Ice and Coco's list. And he goes, he laughs. And I'm like, I'm on Ice and Coco's list. And he's like, yeah, okay. Stand over there. So I stand in the corner, they're letting all these girls in, the little fly mommies with their little short skirts, and I'm looking at the 4 people next to me, and I'm thinking, we all have one thing in common. We're kind of like misfits here. There was a weird-looking guy, kind of dressed like a woman, but he was a guy, and then there was me, and then there was this little short man, and then I was like, oh, we're the ugly people. They're not letting me in the club because they don't think so I went up to him again and I said, I'm on the list. And he was like, all right, just wait a minute, go over there. And then here comes the limousine, out comes Ice and Coco. And Coco, she's the sweetest. The way she is, that's just how she is. The way you see her, that's how she is. She comes out the car and she goes, hi. And I said, what y'all doing over there? Come on. And I could not resist. I ran up to the security guard and I went,
Good for you.
I told you.
I would too.
I told you.
Now that
That's
is the
awesome.
moment where you wish you had somebody videotape.
Yeah, well, that's.
She had, like, a little camera
Linda was
that
asking
followed
me,
you around.
you got videos, you got this.
I know.
Unfortunately, back then when I was doing all these things, it wasn't like
wasn't,
now.
yeah.
And, you know, nobody was recording stuff. Sometimes we sat in the studio and the websites are gone, so all that footage is gone. But I had you know, a
You
great
said
time.
the short guy. You said there was like a short guy standing next to you. Somebody in my comment wrote, "Don't want no short man. Don't want."
Hey, don't sleep on them short men.
I like short
They
guys.
climb mountains. I'm just saying.
I like a short.
Them little ones get up in there.
Yeah, they're pretty. They get pretty close.
Yeah, so don't worry about
You don't
it.
have to like. You don't have to like. You just kind of stand there. Everything works.
Well, listen, the people I was standing next to on the line that night were beautiful souls, and they got in too. So eventually,
You know
they
what?
got
It's
into. I
like-
saw them.
Do you remember Club 54? They talked about Studio 54. Now, my mother was a big fan of going there and like trying to get in, and they were really particular. You ever watch the movie?
Yes.
Like they made the movie about it. And they used to have people just stand outside and wait for them to say, "Okay, come on, you." And what they did was they picked people that actually were different and stood out, that weren't like the norm. If you weren't a celebrity and you were like a normal average Joe, but if you dressed a certain like crazy way or you had like a costume on, like
You had to
to
stand
be
out.
crazy. You had to stand out and be crazy to get in there.
Avant-garde. Mhm.
And it's funny how you say like, you know, you have the misfits in the corner over there that they didn't want to let in, but a place like that, like, you know, that embraced the weirdness and the differences and stuff. People are just so shallow. Like, it's just our society. I mean,
Well, now the great thing about the whole movement is now I go into a party or an event, and there's 50 of me in there. You know.
All right.
There's,
so
there's,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
and nobody's really batting an eye. Before, when I used to walk in the place, they were like, "Oh my God!" They'd look and hit each other, and I just kept on moving because I knew no matter what anybody said or how they felt about my presence, I belonged and I had the right to be
That's
there.
right. So it's so funny that you just mentioned the word shallow, and we speaking of. What do you think of that old time movie Shallow Hal? Do you
Yeah.
do you find when they make movies like that? Do you find it funny? Do you find it like a message? Do you find it offensive? Do you find like how do you?
I mean, it's entertainment. You know, I can't get offended if they want to dress someone up as a fat person. It's kind of
But I
funny
think
to
at
watch.
the end of it, wasn't
but
it like a message?
there was
trying
a
to say-
message that, you know, sometimes people who are not viewed as so beautiful on the outside are beautiful on the inside. But you can be beautiful on the outside and beautiful on the inside too, right?
Right.
We're here.
Absolutely.
It's not, you know. But that movie, I laughed. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I laughed. I think it's hysterical,
It's like a
not
movie.
because just because who the characters are, especially Jack Black, that he can make everything funny. But I thought it was sweet how they were trying to like kind of portray a message and trying to convey something that So
Well, there was something really important about that. I'm glad you bring up the movie about that I guess women or people of size, when they saw, there are things that happen in your life every day that would not happen to you or you. Like, I could sit in a chair and things suddenly break, and it's a spectacle, and people laugh, and people think it's funny, and you're looked at as it's your fault because you won't get healthy or you won't stop eating. Look, I'm gonna keep it as real. I broke toilets, I broke chairs, I cost my parents so much money. I never thought of it that way because I was in my suffering. But there are things that go on. So there are guys who hit me up all the time on social media. So, oh man, I want to get with you. Do you really? Do you know what it's like to deal with me? Do you know that some days my legs swell up so bad I can't walk? Do you know that we might walk into a restaurant and somebody might laugh or point at you and act like you a freak because you like somebody like me? See, it's all good because they see the image, but do you really know what it's like to be with someone like me? You may not, but there probably is someone out there who does. And hopefully one day I'll meet him, and it'll be a beautiful thing.
But listen, don't take that too far, because out of something you made an amazing, beautiful creation, and she's absolutely beautiful. All
Oh, my
grown up,
daughter!
and
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I have a daughter. She's 17 and she's graduating. She's going to college.
Yes, I see pictures. If I would have seen
And
her,
yes,
if I see her
And
now,
her dad was actually a guy who stepped up, and he was a good dude. He was a good dude. It just didn't work out with us, and life stuff happens. But he was good. There are good men out there. I'm just saying that people can see. I follow a whole bunch of other women, Beauty Beyond Measures, Big Body Babe, who have this following, and I tend to get those guys too that comment like, "Oh, that's so delicious, that's so yummy," and then they're in your direct message, talking to you all sweet, but what they're just looking at you as a fetish. They're not looking at you as a person, as somebody who's worthy of love, of respect, and
how do you differentiate that if you're looking for love? How
Well-
do you know?
Well, there's something called instinct, and just like the times I've gotten hurt, I knew that they probably weren't the right guy for me. But you want what you want, and I just go off of energy, instinct, and you got to take a chance. It's all in the risk. Even you guys doing this is a risk. Everything we do is a risk. The second we walk out the door, so I take risks. I've gotten hurt, but that's not going to stop me because I'm still alive. So as long as you're living, you got to keep taking risks and taking chances. And love is one of the most beautiful things to take a risk on. And don't say
Story
no.
of my life.
Doesn't matter how it ends.
Next
I have a
show.
quote for that though, which is, they say, what was it? Somebody had quoted, for every, always trust, like, even when your heart is broken, always trust love one more time. And it's like, because I'm not afraid. Like, I'm just not, I've been hurt, and I've been hurt many times, but I know what I want, and I love love, so it's like, I'm always willing to take in that love, but then I'm blinded so much by what I want that, it doesn't, like you're saying, like the intuition. Like, you have the intuition about who's being real and who's not. Like, it's hard, like, sometimes to really...
You ever looked at a guy and you saw him, and you knew by the end of the night, well, you've been married a long time since you're a young girl, but you look and you know by the end of the night, he's gonna talk to me, and then you guys look at each other, and it starts to happen, the chemistry. It's
Or now you're just swiping through profiles, and you're like, he's gonna like my picture.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what?
That's the new thing.
But that's exactly, you know what? Even Richie being in the industry, and he talks about it all the time, how social media has ruined the love life and the whole love, because when you went to a club back in the day and you saw that person or you saw that girl, and it's like, ooh, I'm gonna come back next week because they're probably gonna be here again, and you
Or if not,
you
they
go
made the
out. You go out to see that person or to talk to that person. Now you don't have to go out. You do it right from your living room, and you go through their social media and you DM them, or so that
And you
has
have 10 at a
killed.
time.
That has killed the industry. That killed
tough.
the people going out and people.
It has killed it, but it has opened it up too, because there are, I don't know, have you
lazy people.
Have you seen the meme that it says foreign men compared to American men in your DM?
No.
So the foreign guy, my love, you're like a flower, your eyes are like the moon, and then it says the American man says, you want to see my dick?
Yeah.
So true. There's no romance. There's no romance.
Oh well,
Straight to the point.
that.
I'm not saying it's not there. I mean,
If you
clearly,
want it, if you want romance, create it. We're human beings, so if you get with another human being and you want that romance, then give romance. You're gonna get it back, But if you're only giving suspicion or accusations, then that's what you're gonna get. So what you put in is what you're gonna get. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
That's how I
absolutely.
feel about it.
Well, listen, and with that being said, I know that you also do spoken word poetry beautifully. I've heard you, and we actually want to give the audience a little taste of what you do, and we want to put you up on stage and set up, and we're gonna catch up with you because we want to hear you. I want to hear what you're all about. So we're gonna let you go right now. We're gonna let you go, and we're gonna meet you up front.
All right. Vamos.
Yes, vámonos. Go ahead.
All right.
Ah,
So you guys are staying here?
we're gonna meet you right in 2 seconds.
All right.
We'll be there.
Woo.
Be there, be
The amazing Lynx. Isn't she amazing? I mean,
I
you
love
can't-
the positive vibes and the positive attitude and just being a great role model just for women in general. Like, doesn't matter your size or what. It's just, like she said,
Oh, okay,
empowerment for other women. So
There's no order.
this is actually one of my favorite guests. to be
yeah,
honest.
absolutely. And you know what? It's unfortunate that our time goes always so, but and thank God that I caught her now because I believe she's going to be leaving us permanently out of the country. I wish we had more time to talk about that.
Take me with you.
Yeah, right. And then where she's going, forget it. I definitely, but
Here is just
but whenever she's ready, whenever you're ready, Mama, we're here to listen, and our audience tune in to Lynx Garcia and her soft-spoken poetry.
un momento.
Hi, my people. Alegría. Oh, that's my Cynthia, my girl. What's up, Cynthia? Richard,
Wepa.
love you.
Get it all.
Love you. Love you, Richard. Thank you.
Okay. The camera's there. Thank you. All right. What's up, my people, mi gente? Thank you for tuning in to Could Be You TV with Linda Lynn and Strong Island TV. Thank you for having me. This is a spoken word piece that I wrote maybe 18 years ago, and I perform it all the time, but there's not really many recordings of me, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. This goes out to you who carries out society's grudge. You who know nothing about me, yet you are so quick to judge. And you got so much to say about how much I weigh. I'm just trying to live my life day by day. You would say it's by the platter. You never notice when I slim down, only when I'm getting fatter. But it doesn't matter, 'cause you can't walk a block in my shoes without someone pointing or laughing at you. But I don't stress that shit, it only makes me stronger when I shed these pounds. It's only to be here longer. Not to please or appease or set your mind at ease. Recognize you've just been blessed by LADYLYNX. Supersized Spanish fly. All I want is respect. Live and let live. And if you take, remember to give. And don't pity me 'cause of my affliction. Just give me space. Lots of space to deal with my addiction. At my pace, slow like mace, this scribe I lace in your face, 'cause my life is not a waste. For I thrive to strive, 'cause I too, like every single one of you, was born to be alive.
That was super duper amazing.
Thank you.
And that's how we're closing out the show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. At
Con
Could Be You
curvas,
TV.
mira.
Ahí tiene, huepa, ya tú
Boom,
sabes.
boom, fat, boom.
Could Be You TV.
Be kind, be nice, smile.
Yes.
Makes all the
Woo.
difference.
Yay.